finish this off. I don't see you tomorrow. So this is afternoon classes. So finish this off. For those few that didn't finish it off, I mean, I looked at it. So there is still several people that are working on this. I would say before you leave, have that turned in. I am going to move on Monday with something else, probably just as long, but take it in steps instead. Another route. So if you have any questions on this, let me know. Just make sure it always looks good. Stuff, you know what I mean? But whatever once you walk out, you know what I mean? If I don't receive it, obviously you can always turn it back in, but it'll return to a zero until I get it back. So now, if you were here a couple days, I understand. So just maybe make a note of that. You know what I mean? Make a note. Let me know that you weren't here this day, that day, this day. Then okay, I understand. But
nah, you eat it.
that which one? into 3D. How do I turn them into 3D? They are in a set of instructions. You just have to be able to read it. Now, I didn't create a video, which I know some of you guys use the video. Maybe what I'll do is, if I remember tomorrow morning, I'll try to create the video so that way, for those that need it, can use them as their source. But in the meantime, I have and I always use screenshots. So, for example, it says create a rectangle with that size. What you do is you take the rectangle and you click on the screen. Now I can change. I can put the width. I can put the height. I can press OK. Right. Then the next rectangle. I can click on the screen, the height, width, and then press OK. Now I have the sizes that I need. All right. So far, throughout my classes, I think most of my students have been able to do fine. So, if you have any questions on this, let me know. This is what it looks like, somewhat, right? If you want to change it up a little bit, change it up. If you want to put something else on the screen, that is fine. But then you're still going to have to, use the 3D option to turn it as a plane. So it has that angle. Like I said, we don't use the 3D options too much, but you can use it. So I give it as an assignment, so that way you know that that's an option. Yeah. Morning. And he came and he created the switch, but he didn't create anything else. Right away he asks, how do I turn them into 3D? How do I turn them into 3D? They are in a set of instructions. You just have to be able to read it. Now, I didn't create a video, which I know some of you guys use the video. Maybe what I'll do is, if I remember tomorrow morning, I'll try to create the video so that way, for those that need it, can use that as their source. But in the meantime, I have the written instructions, and like always, I always use screenshots. So, for example, number 2, where it says create a rectangle with that size, what you do is you take the rectangle and you click on the screen. Now I can put the width, I can put the height, I can press OK. Right? The depth, right? So that's it, right? Nobody. But you should be able to finish it tomorrow or Friday. If I give Friday, I think that's more than enough time to do so. Once you have all your pieces, then that's when you inflate it. That's when you turn it into 3D. So what I want to do is I want to show you that. So you're going to mess with 2 options: inflate and plane. The difference between the two is plane, and if I change the rotation isometric top, has no thickness to it, right? So that's, if you look, that is the buttons, the triangles, and the X, Y, B, and A, right? That is the screen, and then the items on the screen. Whereas if I chose inflate, now it gives me the thickness. It'll give me the thickness of it instead, just like that. Now, see how it's bubbly? You're going, and I'll put in instructions. It's an instruction, but it's the volume, right? The depth is the thickness of it. Now, the last thing is, see how it's black? That's because I had a stroke on it. So I would recommend getting rid of all the strokes. That way you can see, and it's all one color. So the Joy-Con is all blue, the Joy-Con is all red, or the Joy-Con is all pink, right? The color scheme, that's up to you. If you want to use pink and green, use pink and green. If you want to use yellow and orange, use yellow and orange. I don't care about that, right? What I want is you to build out the items first,